Okay. Greetings, everyone. Should be on YouTube eventually. Oh, I gotta mute myself. It's gonna be a start tip. I'll get used to all this eventually. Okay. I think we're all good. For the most part. Background stuff. All right. Okay. I think we're all recording and everything. Okay. All right. Here we go. I think I have an idea that's coming through. I had a request. So. Okay. Here we go. Greetings. This is I Am Blessings with the Arcturian race. Much love. So whenever you're ready, I'll be happy to connect.
Hi, I Am. Thanks so much for coming in.
Greetings.
Okay, so first up is Zinyu Ki. It was said that cooking can be a form of meditation, which I'm having trouble understanding because I've always had the misconception that meditation must be sitting down with legs crossed. Can you tell me what is the intent of meditation and how cooking can be meditative?
Or anything can be meditative, whatever it is that brings you to a positive state of mind, a meditative state. Driving is a meditative state. So cooking can be a meditative, whatever it is that brings joy to you. Swimming can be a meditative state. All different things can be, it's different for everyone. Some that, yes, like a Buddhist monk to sit and meditate, but they're all many different ways. Some do have difficulties meditating, but do have no problem running or swimming. So it's different for everyone. Blessings.
Okay, second question. What is the nature of judgment, and is there a difference between positive and negative judgment?
Many do judge themselves, and that is usually where the judgment comes. Yes, many do judge each other, as you see. There's positive and negative. There's positive judgment in some cases, but mostly is just positive judgment is just mostly it is you have nice hair and things of that sort. But negative is usually the one that's where you feel like you got hit by a baseball. That's usually the kind that does cause disruption on your world, which is constantly done. But usually it's positive judgment. There are other ways, but there's different ways of looking at everything. But negative is usually the one that's mostly known on your world, as you can see. Blessings.
Crystal Leaf Snow would like to know if there are any messages from Archangel Michael.
It just says to be positive. Your direction, yes, is a bumpy road, but also is for you to find something to put your mind to, because right now your mind is scattered, it seems, and just to find one thing that seems to bring up your energy. That is up to you, of course, but focus on one thing will help you, then you can branch out to others. Hopefully it makes sense. Blessings.
Okay, Crystal Lee would also like to know if there are any messages from her guide.
Well, they say concentrate on one thing, but also, one moment. Well, they say recreation is good. Going to a park with friends. They mentioned swimming, but that's probably not a good idea. But going somewhere with friends is probably a good idea, especially with a nature energy is good. That way you can connect mentally to each other, but also see what elementals are connecting with you also. It all depends on what you wish. But they do say getting out is good for you. Blessings.
Okay, Denise 1111 asks, do I have a past life where I was adopted and I was sad because I was adopted?
We do see multiple lifetimes like this. Yes, and right now you're going through a clearing of it at this time. And most, I believe, are female lifetimes. Well, yes, because it was lack of parent, and you remember lifetimes we've had a parent, and now you have no parent. Of course, you see others, so you still have the memories of having a parent. You know that what it feels like, and not having one is a feeling of isolation, but it's also a new experience for you. That is much needed. You're used to being around many incarnations, around crowds. So in this world, you notice that you can live without it and see what happens. And that was one of the challenges I brought to you. Blessings.
Are there any other messages for her?
Yes, there's an angelic mirror. In your meditations, you can, if you do meditations at all, visualize a mirror and see what you see. Most likely you see yourself as different alien beings and possibly angelic, and also possibly you'll see historic people of your history. It'll help you expand and enjoy this incarnation. As for giving you more details, it takes time. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Moses. Is there a special reason why my name is Moses?
You are connected to the consciousness of Moses, yes. As you connected to Moses and other incarnations, so you're just bringing that energy of your biblical Moses. You're bringing a lot of one in great circumstance. So that period in history, you like to still, it's a reminder for yourself, basically. Blessings.
Are there any important messages for me or things I should know? That's for Moses as well.
It does seem like you're letting go of Anunnaki energies, bringing more of a teacher angelic energy to you. Imagine you're feeling some of this. I do see a lot of teacher energy with you. And you also go in the astral to bring back more of your teacher incarnations to you. At least that's what I'm saying. Everyone's a teacher, of course, but some like to truly be the teacher as for title, as for sole purpose. Blessings.
Okay, Ra would also like to say, there is much I would like to accomplish. Oh, sorry. Next up is Ra. Do I have any messages?
One moment. It does seem like you're connected to many reptilians, at least in astral, it seems. Very tall ones, like 40 feet tall type of very tall beings, the world of giants. Some are reptilians, some are not. About 40 feet tall. Well, it depends on what reality, but it does seem like you're connected to the giant worlds recently. I believe you feel some of this. And also so just the giant world, they're a reality you're very close to. We'll just leave it at that. But it is a place you find fascination with, and it's a place you do go to quite often, it seems. Blessings.
Okay, Ra's second question. There's much I would like to accomplish in my lucid dreams. Can my guides let me know why they are deciding not to assist me in stabilizing my lucid dreams?
Well, I would say it's your guides to let you go. One moment. Yes, your guides are very stubborn, it seems. Well, tell them remember, you are in charge, not them, and let you go. I would have a talking with them. It depends on how direct you want to be, but you should be able to do whatever you want. There's no reason they're just being overprotective of you. You've had other incarnations, or you've gotten a little bit too far with lucid dreaming. That will not happen this time. It's a safety net that they're kind of put around you a little bit too tight, as you can see. So I would just reason with them, just like ask the Prime Courage to come through to help with you with this. We will send you energy also. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Gregory Savakul. What am I currently doing in astral?
It does seem like you're connecting to many aspects of yourself at this time. One moment. You're teaching them, but also they're teaching you. It does seem like you have a group meeting with your other aspects. Some are female, some are reptilian, some are this or that. They're different. Some are Egyptian, on Egyptian worlds at this time. And it goes on and on. It does seem like you connect to them, and you all get together in astral to have your mental conversation for a while, and then you go off in your ways. That is one of the things they're doing in astral at this time. It does seem like you're connected to the reptilians, rebuilding much of their worlds that have been lost through negativity and bringing more positivity. I believe you're working with the Palladians also on this also. And connecting the reptilian worlds to other universes, it seems. Yes, you've had a lot of experience in other universes that you're bringing your knowledge slowly back into this one. At least you're allowing yourself to remember in certain cases. Blessings.
Okay, Gregory, second question. Do I have any messages from my guides?
Just to think positively, there is a sister-like energy around you that's sometimes been annoying or sometimes intimidating, at least from the past, from what they are saying. That's what that cross you. It does seem like there's a female energy in some cases around that. I can in full detail. Just send that energy, positive vibrations to it, because it does seem like it's interfering with your mental state in some cases. Yes, it does seem like there's a female energy that's been dampening on your self-esteem, at least in the past, mostly in childhood. Blessings. Just to send energy to that and healing, forgiveness. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is, I believe, Susie. Just one second. I don't want to skip anybody. Yeah, Susie. When exactly in 2017 will I be hired with a good job with insurance?
Oh, good luck with that for us to know that. That is a secret that you are keeping to yourself, it seems, and that we are not able to see it. It does seem possibly around September, possibly. Before that, possibly also, but we do see September as a strong date. But the answer is still with you, but we do see September this time. Blessings.
Okay, your second question. When exactly in 2017 will I start channeling the books my guides have told me about?
The only thing they're saying on that is soon. You're still downloading much information, getting used to all this. Your soul has to, you're downloading. So in a downloading state, you're still adjusting to the channeling energies. Practice. One moment. That's open to you whenever you're ready. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Wanda 11. What have I been trying to clear? I feel like this has been going on a long time, and I'm asking for help from my angels, guides, Yeshua, and God.
What you have to clear, yes, is a reptilian energy from a reptilian world where you are the female being bombarded by many males trying to control you, trying to tell you what to do. And I believe you left that world but still felt very hurt because you had to leave your family there. Because you wouldn't want to be under control, but they would not let you take your family move, but you did let you leave. But they were just harassed. They wanted you to do what they wanted you to do. So that is what I'm seeing at this time. Most likely you have the human incarnations also that are causing trouble from this, because you did bring it into your human incarnations also, especially distrust of men. I just see that energy. Of course, you've healed much of that, but still, there's still some anger there, and much of it came from the reptilian incarnation. I'll send you energy. Blessings.
Okay. Second question for Wanda. My life has changed drastically for the worse in many ways since December 2012, and I'm at a loss for what I should be doing or if I need to move because the state I live in now has always given me the worst feelings and experiences in my life. I've lived in other states where I felt much better psychically and mentally. Is this just my perception or a change I'm going through, or should I live in a state with a higher vibration to help myself?
Well, it's up to you to move, but yes, it's, where you are is just leaving bad memories with you, especially of what you've been through. It's up to you to move. It will always be good, but remember, sometimes when you move it, that you're bringing your problems with you also. Remember that. You can make peace of where you are at. It's a soul clearing. It's a clearing of your chakras, a forgiveness also, especially of the past, especially what other people have sent to you. So going to another state doesn't mean it will be all better. I believe you've seen others that have done this and still felt miserable. So realize in a lot of ways it's better to heal where you are, at least to make peace where you are at. Understand why all this is coming about. You are very sensitive. You're picking up the vibrations of where you live also. So that's causing it also. So there's much there that you can first off clear your past, but also the energies around. You're very sensitive. You're picking up a lot. And that you can heal also if you wish to do so. That is up to you. Blessings.
Next up is Amy. And our first question, I've realized recently that I'm so concerned with wanting people to see only the best in me that I don't share a lot about myself to others. I want to create deeper relationships with people and show more of who I am. Can you help me understand why I do this and help me clear this energy?
This is yes. You're warning having a relationship with yourself at this time. Yes, you're having a sticky situation where you're learning self-love at this time. Focus on yourself, not worry about what others think. Love yourself, love your jokes, love what you look like in the mirror. No matter what you see is still beautiful. And remember, yes, you're just focusing on yourself. Do things for yourself. Drive, go somewhere for yourself. Doesn't mean you can have others with you if you wish, but do much for yourself. Go to the movies. You're learning how to have a relationship with yourself and not caring what others think. That's very difficult to connect with. Many are very used to having incarnations, especially where they're having a partner all the time, where they can avoid who they are. So some do pick lonely lifetimes so they can have a relationship, a partnership with themselves. Hopefully this is helpful. Blessings. Yes, there's much more you can go into this, but blessings.
Amy also asks, I've also noticed that after I see some people's energy, I sometimes judge them for not taking care of their spiritual or psychic health. Can you help me understand why I do this and help me clear this energy?
Well, once again, you're still focusing on others and not yourself. Well, right now you can, because you see where they can be. That comes from the Arcturian side of yourself. Also the angelic. So right now is just, you'll get out of this phase eventually. When you focus more on yourself, eventually you got to make peace with them. You have not made peace. It takes time. It takes a process. Many in the higher densities, when you go into higher density, you do look at other humans. It's just like, what are you guys thinking? Why do you continue in this? So it takes discipline, but it has a lot to do with yourself. It's still peace among it. It takes time to get used to focus on oneself, but those judgments will eventually clear out. Just make peace with them, send them light, love, and do not judge. Just say, if you see negativity, just send them. If you wish to send energy, you do not have to. To send them love, doesn't take much. But remember, send love back to yourself and just focus on yourself mostly. It's discipline, basically. It's all okay. You mean the best for everyone, of course. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Miguel. Any messages from Archangel Michael or the angels?
Only that they show golden energy that you're wrapped around at this time, that's wrapping around you. To help you move into the higher dimensions, to believe you're ready to move on from this old dimension, to see things more clearly. Yes, of course, you'll be in this dimension, but it's dimensional ways. It's negativity. You're ready to just graduate from it. So they're assisting you at this time. I believe you feel that. And much more will come through. Blessings.
He also asks if there are any messages from his guides.
Yes, they're showing athletic, like maybe take a walk or do some running or something. I'd say running, but they say athletic. That would be good. Whatever it is to help you move around a little bit. Take your kids with you. It's just good to move around. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Jess. I know I've had many, but what is one past lifetime you can tell me about that I can meditate on to heal and release? And will you please send me energy to help this process?
It's hard to go into that. Well, understand you're. Let's see here. There's a male lifetime where he had a lot of money. I believe it was in ancient times as a Roman, and they're very greedy and not exactly the nicest to females. So in some ways, you're coming. That's something that's coming back to you to a certain degree through health wise. Yes, it's not just through one lifetime; it's through others. Yes, I believe you were of Roman of great greed at one time, but greed is one thing. Being brutal is another. So you're brutal also over the littlest things. So you're very detailed on little. It just power got to your head because a lot of things came easily to you. So I believe this will come through. You're actually very Palladian, but not necessarily reptilian. Understand after this, you went to a reptilian incarnation to get yourself in shape so you don't do that anymore. There's different ways of going about incarnations. Blessings.
Okay, Jess also asked, what messages does my higher self have for me at this time?
Just patience and see. Just make yourself beautiful and don't sweat the small stuff. Well, again, like the past out to take a walk, nature walk would be good. A nature walk, a small one, if you feel fit, would be good. And they're just saying that everybody should do that every once in a while. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Jim F. And he says, about a week and a half ago, I felt that I had shifted, but the past few days, it feels as if I've hit a wall with no progress and it's stagnant. Do you have any ideas or comments as to why?
Well, you're learning more about yourself. Also, you're stopping it. You're one moment. You are one moment. You're clearing a lot of negative energies, but you're also enhancing yourself little by little. So you're basically giving yourself small infusions through the Palladians, it seems. So you're just shifting out of body into body. This is a little bit complicated, but you are downloading it. You're going through some reptilian connections too, it seems, letting go of some reptilian DNA, it seems. But it also does seem like you're enhancing yourself spiritually. So you're kind of going through a boxing match with yourself to a certain degree. Just to send yourself light, relax. Connect to the Arcturians would help. Just a meditation would help also, but it doesn't seem like your soul is ready to hear everything that's going through. But just you'll be okay though. Just take it easy. Blessings.
Jim would also like to know if there are any messages for him.
Yes, connect to the sun. The sun will help you through this. The sunlight in your meditation, walking meditation, running meditation, whatever it is, the sunlight energy is just to ask. And the prime creator's energy also to help you balance your vibrations. Right now, yes, you're going through a rough time at this moment. It does not have to last very long, but you are going through, you asked for this clearing, and now you're going through it. But it'd be much worth it, though. You might start to feel very different after this. It's hard to say how different you wish to be. You are connecting to the reptilians also for guidance, and you're also bringing them into your life to strengthen you, to help you with strength. Blessings.
Danielle Spencer would like to know if there is any messages for her.
Yes, call on your guides for assistance. I believe you have, but maybe not enough. Especially when you have an ordeal, especially when you're going through depression, just to ask to send you light. They will help. Just ask. You'd be surprised what will happen. Blessings.
Okay, Danielle also says, Why am I seeing so much extreme care given to possums on the internet? I'm very happy about this, and I'm just wondering what they represent.
The balance of your nature. But also they're a curious bunch. They want to get involved with everything. So they stir things up where other beings do not stir up. So they're just there to, you can say, stick their nose where it doesn't belong. They do it all the time. And they can see things what other animals cannot. So they're good. They turn things up basically. So they have much more to it than that, but that is a lot to do with it. But yes, all animals are spiritual. They all have their own unique gifts, especially the squirrels. Squirrels are the snarky ones, but they don't always get along, but they all balance each other in all things.
Okay, Vasco would like to know if there's any messages for him.
One moment. Yes, we're going into your chakra system. One moment. Yes, it does seem like you're connecting to many reptilians recently. It does seem like the ones that you've known in your past life that are connected to this planet. It seems like you're making peace with them. I know some of this you might not be able to connect to, but possibly. Because they taught you a lot. I believe you're of the teacher energy, but you connected to the reptilians to learn a lot through them. And you go to them every once in a while to learn some more. Yes, they're not exactly they're hard teachers, yes, but you want to make sure it's ingrained in you. So you do connect to them time again, and the ancient ones are connected to this world, the Draconians. There are others, of course, but the Draconians seem to be the ones that you connect to the most. But you go to them, in some ways you can call it like a Palladian science project. You just like you go to them, it's like to give you an example, it's almost like you clone yourself to look like you transform yourself to look like somebody else, and you go into their domain to learn about them. They don't know who you are, and then you leave and you just learn so much. So there's much more to this. A lot of that's in your astral, but it's fascinating. Blessings.
Vasco also says, how is my grandfather doing spiritually? He's on life support and most likely will pass away today.
Spiritually, not of the best at this time. He's going to have some trouble crossing over. Yes, he is fine because of the angels, but he's going to be holding on for some time. Because of family, he doesn't want to leave this earth either from what we are seeing. That's why he's on life support also. He's still holding on. He could have left a long time ago. He chose not to. So his body is rejecting him at this time. From what we are seeing, his body can't handle him anymore from what we are gathering. It's just his body is just it's hit its time clock. It just can't handle. It's ready to go. But even there, I do see him prolonging that. So, but he is unwilling to let go of this world. Understand when it's time to go. Normally, depends on the soul. Depends on what they want to experience. You can leave when the time is when you're allowed to leave. You can just leave. But many do not do that, as you can tell. Blessings.
Angie S. asks, do I visit the Shadow Lily in Astral? If so, what do we discuss?
It does seem like you're playing mind games with them. You do have peace with them. You have made peace with them. You're not going around judging them or anything like that. But you do talk to them, do mind games. You do. Yes, mind games are just, it's all in good faith. But you're not judging them at all. You're actually making peace with them. You want to learn more about them. So I believe you go to them quite often. Yes, just to know about their knowledge, their point of view, because it intrigues you greatly. So I imagine a lot of this will come back to you. I believe it already has. You will not be asking that. Blessings.
Angie also asks, do my guides have any messages for me?
Yes, where you are going spiritually, you are going, yes, to an advanced level, more than you might realize. You are letting go of a lot of negativity. As you are aware, you're still learning, of course. You're connecting more to the angelic energies. You're forgiving yourself from what I am feeling. You're not sweating the small stuff in some cases, of course, but not still holding a grudge. And Your spirit seems to be changing as for allowing more spiritual energies, as for the angelic realms to come through more clearly. Also, you're very connected to the Arcturian energies, as many aspects of you there as fairies. The fairies seem to be assisting with your ascension process. As you, if you wish to connect, the angels, the fairies are very strong. You do have several aspects of them at this time. They also show crystals that they have as a necklace, a clear crystal quartz type of. It changes color. Imagine you can connect with this. As for its significance, it has to do with the heart chakra, the color of the chakras, what you're feeling. So there's more to that, but blessings.
Next up is Donna Riggs. Her first question, can you tell me who our friend Tony's guides and angels are? And are there any messages from his mom?
Tony, he has a female guide by the name of Francis. I believe it's actually a male. It's actually a male guide. I said female, but I believe it's more. Well, it's both actually. Male. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of females, a lot of male. But either way, Francis is the name of his guide. One moment. He's actually this Tony has a lot of ancient Greek energies from reincarnated lifetimes. And the message, yes, athletic energies do seem quite important to him. That comes from the Greek incarnations. And the same goes to others that are into sports. A lot has to do with Greek, just getting back to that old sports mentality. A lot of them were athletes in the past life. Now there's like, I don't want to do that anymore. I'd rather watch it. But a lot of them are ancient Greek people that are here right now, and I believe he was one of them. I believe sports is pretty heavy with them. Blessings.
Okay, second, I would like to know the most current life with a name, a historical significance, and why I was there.
Is this the same person?
Yeah, this is Donna Riggs, yeah.
Oh, yes, this is her questions. One moment. Well, they're not giving away anything at this time. One moment. Well, yes, you have a connection or an aspect. Either it's you or I'm not giving a clear indication of this, but you do have a connection to the Titanic. And I believe I'm not getting a clear vision of this, but I believe you went with it, or you had a connection. One moment, they're not being very clear at all about this. But you have a connection to the Titanic. I don't believe. Actually, what I'm getting, you did not go down with. But you had family members that went down with that. Yes, you did not go down. But you had family members that went down in the Titanic. And whether that means it's another part of your process, which should be a part of historical events. You want to experience whatever you can from this world, because you know it's not going to be here very much longer. It's transforming. So these eras of this planet, you want to be involved with it, because they're not going to make this anymore. Just like they call the 80s on your planet, 1980s, and I'm just so nostalgic about that, but. So you're a galactic historian, I believe. Yes. So that was, yes, you had loved ones on that Titanic. Blessings.
Okay. Mary Grider would like to know if there's any messages for her.
One moment. I'm not sure how you feel about chimpanzees and apes, but it seemed like you had incarnations where you're very connected to them, like raising them. Of course, humans are very ape-like, as you can see. They're our ancestors. But your connection to the ape people, the animals here are very close. That's what your guides say. And you telepath is just a romantic relationship as for any other pet. I will not use the word pet, but animal. Your world uses pets, we don't use that. But with animal is just a very close, it's like a spirit animal to you. It is actually one of your spirit animals at this time. It is more the monkeys because they're more humorous. But the other ones are too. The other ones are kind of moody at times. Blessings.
Okay. Carol McLaughlin would like to know if there's any messages for her.
It does seem like Yeshua is helping you with your chakra systems at this time. Connecting to your lifetimes in Atlantis, you had many different Atlantean lifetimes, I believe, as a doctor of spiritualism, but also of the human body. I do see you dissecting the human body, also Atlantis, to learn about it. So once a body was created, you almost like open it up and see what it, it goes through events and it ends up deceased, and you do studies on it. Understand that was a different time than it is now. I imagine that is quite intriguing even now. Maybe not so much now, but in that lifetime it was. Of course, the body was in a different state. Blessings.
Okay. Carol's second question. My sister Pamela was recently released from the hospital for low blood pressure. They prescribed a medication that raises her blood pressure. She's not sure if she should use it. Any messages?
I believe it'll be fine. Small doses. I believe it'll be okay. Yes, I understand the precautions of it, but I believe the doctors will know what they're talking about. Not taking it would probably be worse. I would just do as they are saying. If you feel uncomfortable, make sure you tell them right away. I believe the dosage that they told you will be fine. I would recommend to do that. If you start to feel ill in any way, to contact them immediately. But I believe it'll be fine. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is symmetry. This morning I was in sleep paralysis and my telepathy was active again. I heard actual conversations going on, and one being started talking to me, telling me they are going to speed up my brain development. You mentioned that they are going to be working on my parietal cortex while I was dreaming. I just want to know who is speaking to me and what does this mean for me?
It does seem like the Palladians are assisting, but there's many beings, and we've also had an Oculus there. But you've been talking to them for a long time to be doing this. So what is going on? You'd just be spiritually more aware, I believe. Also, do see the channeling ability to awaken when the time is right. But yes, you've been asking for this for some time. You haven't been ready, but it does seem like at this time you are becoming more focused on what you want, meaning you are prepared. Before you were not so prepared, but now, yes, more of this will most likely come through. As for the paralysis, unlikely to happen anytime soon again. They're going to let you rest. Possibly it'll happen again, unlikely. But at this moment, it does seem like your energy flow is opening. I do see a lot of Arcturian energies around you also. A very great positivity. You're letting go of a lot of old energy also of the past that's been causing. It does seem like you passed a test, your soul test of your human existence here, and now you are graduating, as you can see. Blessings.
Are there any messages for him?
Well, I believe that was one, but from his guides, it's like he's been asking this for some time, but it's also he's matured enough where he can handle it. He's been going through a lot of negative releasing recently and made peace with himself greatly, more than he might realize. So that's why this is happening. And much more to come. Also, to see his eating habits changing also for the better. Here and there. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Shao. When I hold a crystal during meditation, it seems the crystal can change its form and melt into water. Also, my hands usually get sweaty after touching the crystal. What's the reason behind this phenomenon?
Your energy is blending with the crystal. It is transmuting it. It does seem, at least in a higher dimension, you're taking your energy is going to a higher dimension, and so is the crystal. That's why it seems like it's changing form. So, it's fascinating. Blessings.
Okay. Shao's second question. One of my friends, Danielle, has some serious demonic attachments and illegal soul contracts. Is there anything from Danielle's higher self on how to get rid of her attachments?
Connect to the prime creator energies. One moment. Forgiveness of herself, forgiveness. There's a male energy around her, I believe, in her lifetime that's caused much pain. So that's where some of this is coming from also. Meditation and forgiveness. However you want to do this meditation, but forgiveness is the strongest. Forgiveness of these beings that are around her also, because they don't like that. They don't like that positive energy. That does help them release. Blessings.
Okay, next up is myself, Stacy.
Yes.
I was just, since it's Arcturians, is there any messages from you guys?
Yes, there are crystal chambers you go to our world, our dimension, for healing purposes and for knowledge. It does seem like you're around children also to remember how it is to be a child, a young Arcturian. But also you are ascending within the Arcturians also, it does seem. Possibly you have dreams coming up, possibly. Of not necessarily Arcturian dreams, but mostly Argarthian dreams. To let you know more what you are doing at Agartha. Right now has been kind of quiet in some cases. But most likely your Agarthian connection, because there is some drama to some decay in some degree happening there, because it was happening into this world. They're ascending as long as this dimension is ascending also. And you're very much involved. It is like what they say is like a novel and a book that eventually will be downloaded when people are ready to hear it. It's a little bit wild from what they're saying, but you're very active within it. That's the message.
I'm excited. Okay, so my second question is actually in regards to my boyfriend, Craig. So he's recently, he's been sober with alcohol for over 7 years, but he has used marijuana recreationally for a really long time. And he hasn't been using it for probably almost 2 weeks now. And his dreams have become very vivid. And he's not sure if it's because he's like really sober now, like other than coffee, he doesn't do anything. So he just is him being sober the equaling the result of the dreams?
Yes, it seems like what he was smoking caused blockages, but now he is also, it actually helped him open up spiritually. So now he's like, I don't need that anymore. It did help him get to this state, help him open up, help him relax, let go of a lot of negativity. So it had its purpose. So now he's at a meditative state, as you can see. He's going into more of a fourth density energy. He is connecting to Agartha. Do you see a lot of Agarthian knowledge coming down to him? On a daily, yes, a lot of that's coming through. It might not be fully seen in his dream state, but there's a lot of Agarthian energies. One moment. He is all letting go. I do see a mother that was not exactly the nicest to him in his childhood. He's forgiven much of that, and that's helped because that was a shadow around him from what we are seeing.
Okay. Yeah, the dreams are kind of freaking him out because they're pretty vivid. So he wants to go back to marijuana, but
well, that's up to him. But many are already asleep, and see where that's got them. But that's up to him. Okay. It will calm down eventually. They're just doing that to get his attention.
Okay, that's good. That's it for tonight. Yes. Thank you so much.
Blessings. Take care, humans, and much connecting.